What's going on, Kansas City? You like the ficus next to me? I have chosen this to be our first location for Sunday Sit-Down with me, Pilu. Normally on Sunday Sit-Downs I'm going to talk about what I've done the previous week while on the North American tour of Jesus Christ Superstar. But for this one, since the first one, I thought I would just tell you everything that's happened so far that's worthwhile. We started in New York, doing rehearsals on December 7th, where it's bitterly cold, but the Christmas decorations are unparalleled. I've posted some YouTube videos so you can check for yourself. Really just gorgeous. Got started with the rehearsal process, got to know Ted Neely, who, if you don't know, was the original Jesus in the 70s movie version of Jesus Christ Superstar, which he received 2 Golden Globe nominations for, and somehow he's still the most humble, talented man I've ever met. I've really enjoyed working with him, and the rest of the cast for that matter. Great group of people. While in New York, I saw 2 Broadway shows. I saw Memphis, which was fantastic, great show, and I saw Rock of Ages, which I had already seen before, but it was so good I had to go back and see it again, and it was even better the second time. I'm sure it would be even better the third time. If you get a chance to see it, please do so. You won't regret it, I promise. I also went to the ESPN Zone, which is my favorite bar. It's a bar of sports. That's all it is. Just TVs everywhere, 3 floors. I went to watch the KU game, and while I was there, I met 3 Australian guys who were in America for the first time. So I sat at their table. I tried to teach them a little bit about America, and their way of paying me back was by buying me shots. A lot of shots. A lot of shots. I eventually had to be like, guys, no, I don't know which way the ceiling is. But seriously. They ended up being avid Jayhawks fans by the end of the night. In fact, we had a Jayhawks shot. I don't even know what's in it, but bartender made it for us. And then somehow I was able to walk home, and I don't remember doing it. But I digress. Those are the main points of my New York part of this tour so far. We headed to St. Charles to the Lindenwood Theater for Tech Week, which was an exhausting week. 12-hour days on your feet with lights shining in your eyes, and a lot of tedious work, very exhausting work. But we got through it and had our preview performances on the 21st and 22nd. I had a great group of people come to support me. I had my grandpa, his friend Barb, my Aunt Tara, my cousin Kelly, my mom, my dad, and Stephanie all come to see the show, so thank you. I'll always remember the feeling seeing you in the front row while I was taking my bow. It was amazing. After the preview performance, headed back to Kansas City for Christmas time. I had to buy a plane ticket to the next destination that cost me about $500, but it took this Christmas for me to really learn that you can't put a price on being with your family on Christmas. I don't care if it costs me $1,000, $2,000 next year. I'll be home for Christmas. I had the best Christmas of my life this year, so thank you to everybody who was a part of it. Headed up to Bismarck, North Dakota, Christmas Day, actually. I had to do a connection flight to Minneapolis, where I got delayed for 17 hours. I felt like Tom Hanks in the terminal, and I smelled like a foot. It was disgusting, but I got through it. I'm a better man for it, I think. Isn't that what we're supposed to say? Anyway, landed in Bismarck, did our first official performance. It went great. Headed across the border up into Canada. We landed in Edmonton, and by landed I mean we drove a bus. Landed the bus in Edmonton, where I found out at the exact time it was the second coldest place on the entire planet that people were living in. So that was fun. We had a wind chill of nearly negative 40 degrees, freezing. But, you know, it was a beautiful, beautiful theater that we performed out there. Also went over to Calgary, came back to Edmonton, celebrated New Year's here in Edmonton. I posted some videos of the theaters and of New Year's Eve, so be sure to check those out. The hotels are gorgeous, just truly beautiful hotels. After every performance, I like to come back and get in the hot tub and maybe the steam room just to kind of relax because it's exhausting. We just finished up 7 performances in a row. We had an evening, matinee, evening, matinee, evening, matinee, evening. So 7 performances in 4 days. Tomorrow we head off to Jasper, Canada. It's supposed to be a gorgeous place. I'm very excited. I actually really enjoy the bus rides. It's personal time where I get to listen to my iPod and play on the computer. So I'm looking forward to that 5-6 hour bus ride tomorrow. I know everybody thinks I'm crazy, including the cast, but I like it. That's what matters. But yeah, the tour's going great. Like I said, very exhausting, but you know, getting to work with Ted Neely, getting to do a show with rock music, I mean, you can't beat that. And getting to sit next to this beautiful plant, you know, when in Canada, do as the Canadians do. That's what I always say. I wanted to give a quick shout out to my best friend Paul. For those of you who don't know, he is moving to Florida officially today. I headed off and, you know, he was like, well, I want to do the same thing. And sure enough, he's going to live his dream by the beach. He hates the cold as much as I do, actually probably a little bit more. I know, it's scary. But I want to wish you good luck, buddy. I know you're going to do great. And the second I get done with my tour, I'll come to visit you. And I'll bring, you know, all our friends along, and we'll have a great time partying and all that good stuff. So, goodbye from me for now. I'll post another Sunday Sit Down next Sunday where we'll talk about this upcoming week, and maybe I'll find another plant for us. Okay, bye-bye.